Hello there, my name is Chris Fair and welcome to my channel where today we'll be talking about 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days. It's season 4, it's episode 9. Should have known better, honey, and I should have known better because they can't have 2 great episodes in a row and have a third. So this episode was in fact snooze fest. Could have gone back to bed, honey. Every day during this coronavirus, I take a nap somewhere between the hours of 3 and 6. It was as boring as a 2-hour-long Yolanda segment. Okay, let's start with our first couple, Jeffrey and Varya. I'm so sorry for the many different instances that I say Vanya instead of Varya, and it's because of Chekhov's Uncle Vanya that I keep saying that. So, what do you want from me? I have my hair and makeup done. No one's gonna see it, besides you guys. I feel like hot Rapunzel stuck in my dad's Victorian house. So, Jeffrey has talked Varya into meeting with him, you know, after he's told her about his criminal past, honey, and she sits down in a very, very Siberian restaurant. She's like, I'm here. I'm mad. We can tell. Both of those things we already knew, honey. We saw you, so we knew you were here, and mad is written all over your face. Jeffrey's telling her his sob story, and her eyebrows are dancing like they're at like the Bolshoi Ballet, like. Then Varya's like, we have to tell my mom, and Jeffrey's like, do we have to tell her? And it's like, yeah, she's gonna see the show. So, yes, she's gonna watch the show that she's on and her daughter is on. If I know one thing, and I'll tell you this right now, TLC has the show running everywhere. I get comments from like all over the galaxy, honey. Like I swear to God, some people on Mars are like, let's take them over. Meanwhile, you know, Mike and Natalie's like, my gods. So yeah, she's like, you have to go tell my mom. He's like, she has to find out. I want it to be from me. Okay. But surprise, surprise, her bro's gonna be there too, honey. So like her bro Sergey shows up and then he like meets Sergey. He's like, hi, nice to meet you. I was in jail beating your sister. It was drugs. Throughout this whole scene, I could not stop staring at Varya's purple eyelash extensions. What a choice that she made and stuck to. They are purple eyelash extensions. I'm just saying, and someone like Darcy doesn't have any. None. How? I love the fact that also like before Jeffrey tells the mom and Sergey about his troubled past, like there was like this one shot of the dog. Like Jeffrey's like, I have something to tell you. And like their dog was like, the dog's like, run. I love dogs. One of the hardest parts about this quarantine is when I take my daily walks and I pass by a very friendly dog who very much wants me to pet them. I can tell in their eyes and my eyes, like they don't understand why I'm not stopping to pet them. And I want to be able to just like mentally be like, I want to pet you, but we can't because of this dumb virus, but know that my heart and yours would dance in a field if it could. Yeah, the mom's not into like his whole checkered past, right? Like she's more into chess. I hate myself, but she's just like, fuck this, don't do it. I don't want you to do it. Fuck this nightmare. Fuck this fairy tale nightmare, honey. I raised you on Disney, honey, but like it should have been Stephen King because this is a horror show. Stephanie and Erica. So, you know, same kind of deal, like they fought, and so like the next day, like Erica's the one to like bring Stephanie flowers because Stephanie's not the one in the wrong, even though she is. Okay. Erica's like, are you comfy meeting my friends? And Stephanie's like, what are friends? Stephanie's like, I'll try. Erica's like, thank you for trying. The fuck am I doing with this American boo-hoo, cry me a river snot rag? Okay, I don't understand this. Like the whole thing with them is like Stephanie is upset that Erica like has hooked up with her friends, but like they're young, right? Like they are young. Like I'm sorry, like that's what everyone does. Who do you hook up with? I mean, I guess you can meet someone online, but like most of these kids, and I'm sorry if you don't know this already, but like kids be hanging out with the kids that they bone. Like they're hanging out with the kids they like hook up with. And then like they all hook up and then sometimes they like trade partners. I mean, this is what it's been like. Friend circles are fuck circles. We know this. Like Stephanie doesn't have any friends. That's why I'm like, how do you not? Okay, who do you hook up with, Stephanie? Are you just constantly like hooking up with subscribers nowadays? They're getting ready to go to the party and Erica's dressed in like a snuffleupagus rainbow Studio 54 jacket. It's very Liza, Skittles Liza. Stephanie is wearing just like 90s slutty red dress and like a leather jacket. They have such different styles. Well, Erica and anyone would have a different style. They both need to be the stars in their relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like they both need to be like the one that the other one caters to. And that's why I honestly feel like they're not going to ever be together. I mean, I think it's all fake anyway, God bless. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, you're both attention-starved me-me-me's. And an attention-starved me-me-me's needs to be with like a grounded you. How do I know this? Okay. Is how. I love that Stephanie's like, yeah, that choker might be too much. That everything too much, like all of it. They're usually like, oh, take off one thing before you leave the house. Like Erica should take off like everything. But if she's gonna take off one thing, honey, it would be the sanitation Clorox spray earrings she has on. Their quote unquote fuckboy sanitizer. Which, by the way, is funny because, like, the whole thing is they're going to go talk to Erica's friend Adam, who she sometimes hooks up with. And it's like, Stephanie should wear those earrings, being like, get away, Adam, get away, you know? But Erica's wearing them. And they don't work because they go to this party and Adam's all over her. I mean, he's just like kissing and hugging and kissing and hugging and I miss you and God bless. And Stephanie's like burning in the corner, like staring at her. Stephanie is like not one to like kick back and have a fun time at a party. So what happens, of course, Stephanie like sits down to talk to Adam or whatever. And she's like, we need to talk. And Erica's like, Erica like blows up, honey. Then she like goes, talks to her friends, like leaves Stephanie at the party. Like Stephanie feels like whatever. She's like, you just gave me flowers. But no, not really. Then Stephanie calls her one friend, who I feel like is low-key like her mom with a good accent change. I'm sorry. I'm over them. Don't like them. Okay, next couple is Lisa and Usman. So honey, Lisa and Usman are still in Usman's hometown. He did not get his mom's blessing, and so like we're on to the next. And the next is his older brother, right? Because the mom and the elder sister were like, no. And so they meet Muhammad at this like restaurant. And the restaurant staff, like I don't know if it's the staff or the owner or whatever, but the waitress comes out with like yummy food. And she is dressed so cute in like this adorable peplum. I'm like, oh my God, is that the outfit that you just always wear? It's like that your uniform, but it's so much better than Sir's. But like, it's probably not the uniform. It's probably just like her personal style. I'm just like, can we just follow you? I'd rather follow you. And also like, can you hook up with Usman? Can Usman just like pick up this waitress like in this cute peplum? I would like it so much better. And so would your mom. Okay. Muhammad's like, look, our mom doesn't like her because look at her. She's an old white woman. And Usman's like, but she's in love with me and I'm in love with her and America needs Soulja Boy. America's economy needs Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy. And the brother's like, okay, well, I'll try and work on it because you guys love each other. I'm gonna eat this delicious yums now. From that cute girl in the peplum. Is she single? So guess what? They try and like hit up the mom one more time. And like mommy's been going to the mosque or whatever. And so that's what's happening. They dress up Lisa, like Avery's mom, remember that? They like meet the mommy at the mosque. Like I noticed like the mom comes over and like Lisa doesn't stand up, like doesn't say hi to her, isn't like, mommy, nice to see you. Thank you so much for giving me this chance and your place of worship, which we pretty much crashed because we knew you'd be here because you're a good religious Muslim mom. She's just sitting there like, hey. The mom sits down, they wash their feet. The mom has like turmeric or something, I don't know, like whatever, like all over her hands, like they're yellow. And so they get in the mosque, honey, and like Usman's like, just follow everything my mom does. So it kind of reminds me of, you know how like you would go see like your niece's like ballet or tap recital, and there's always like maybe your niece is like the one that like doesn't know the steps. So she's just like kind of in the back like following all the people, like Lisa keeps talking, like at one point they're like praying with beads and Lisa's like, I don't have beads. Usman's like, yeah, it's okay. Like Usman's mom's like, make her to shut up. But still is like, peace be with you. Allah Akbar. Alhamdulillah. I don't know it very well. So they go outside and Lisa's like, okay, now that I did that, can you like ask her if she gives me her blessings? And Usman's like, mommy? Lisa came to the mosque and prayed. And Usman's mom's like, yes, she did. And he's like, So the one thing that she wants to ask in all of the world is for you to give the blessing for us to get married. And Usman's mom's like, no. No. Did I stutter the first time? No. Pretty much the mom's like, she is not your mate. She is too old. And it's like, yeah, duh and duh. Duh. Next couple, David and David. Because you're not gonna, you don't know. It's not gonna. David and David's hair. So guess what? Him and the person running Lana's account are talking. And I guess we also find out this tidbit that he opens every conversation going, hi, hun. Wow. Did that make your skin crawl? Every conversation. Wow. He's like, can you meet me? And she's like, okay. Dumb fuck. How many times are you gonna ask me? How many times does he expect me to lie and not show up? She's like, okay, dear, and smiles and closes chat immediately. And this motherfucker's like, yes! Da 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 da! So honey, he goes to flower shop. He like gets roses. Like how many roses? Like 9, which is a weird number. It's not a dozen. It's not half a dozen. It's 9. Can I get 3/4 a dozen of roses red? So he goes to the place, honey. And then the whole time the producers had this promo snap where he's like on his phone and the phone's like champagne. I was led to believe that voice was Lana's, and that voice isn't Lana's. It's Google Translate that he gave a female voice because he has a fetish for that accent, which means that he goes to bed every night masturbating to Google Translate. If you think this man isn't like, David, I love you so much. You are such a big boy. David, you are so big boy. I love you. You know, like he does. He's just like, ooh, I'm so sorry. But that is what's happening. And you should know it. If I know it, you should know it. Whatever's in my mind, this is what this video is. Me being able to download what's in my mind into your mind. And you do this to yourself. You watch this. Honey, he's sweating through his shirt. So he goes and he takes a whore bath in the bathroom. He takes off his shirt. He wipes himself down. He spritzes cologne all around. He puts on a new shirt. He comes back down fresh as a 3/4 dozen roses. He has to dye his hair like every 2 weeks, right? There's like not a gray to be had. It's quite a feat. I mean, he puts a lot of thought and effort into it. I wonder if he brought hair dye on this trip. So honey, guess what? 1 hour, 2 hours. They have a great shot. It's like very cinematic of him opening up the champagne and then like defocus, and the waitress that has been serving him the whole time is just like, this dumb fuck. After the 2 hour mark, he's like, how could she do this to me again? And it's like, go back into the bathroom, look in the mirror, and then replace she with I. How could you do this again to you? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and errors of fortune, you know what's going to happen. It's already happened. Then he leaves, honey. He leaves the flowers. The waitress gathers the flowers. She's like, this happens all the time. Honey, she doesn't even have to watch the season. She knows it's been happening to him specifically. So then he calls his friend Jim, and Jim's like, hey, what's up, buddy? You know, Jim is like over it every time he gets a phone call from David, and David's like, guess what? We met up. Pause, pause, pause. No, just kidding. She stood me up. Jim's like, ugh. So the only thing I could do is go out to the address I got from the cruise directory and go meet her face to face. And Jim's like, okay, buddy, bye. Best of luck, dumb fuck. And David's like, we're on our way to Lana's apartment. And they drive down the street and they find some sort of project that she lives in, honey, and they go up the
steps and she's like, number 8, it's number 8. And big doors are like cement metal doors or whatever, and there's like no peepholes. God bless. How do they live like that? I don't know. And there's also like, how'd you get in there? Like, is there no locks? No nothing, honey. He like leaves the door open when he comes in. Like, anyone could come in now. It's fine. And then he finds door number 8 and he knocks on it. Let's see what's behind door number 8. Oh wait, you wouldn't even give us that because it's such a boring episode, like not even a taste. Ugh, gross. But then in the previews, we just watch him walk away. And so it's like, she can't be behind that door.
That's not her. She just gave a dumb address. She was never gonna go on the cruise. Oh, God. Next up is Ash and Avery. They're driving to visit the Great Barrier Reef, which, I mean, it looks really beautiful. They're gonna snorkel around. Avery like looked at his phone and he had like 65 text messages, which raises an eyebrow. They get out there on the ship and they strip off their clothes, revealing their bathing suits, which is one step closer to their birthday suits. Then they swim holding hands, which looks uncomfortable and awkward. So they get back on board, honey, and Avery wants to like come clean. She's like, what's up with those 68 text messages? And he's like, don't talk to me about my business. I think you don't have room to tell me that. Like, what, lung space, lung room? I do. I made that sound come out of my throat. I do have the room to tell you. You mean like we're not in a room now. We're on a cruise ship and there's no one around. We actually have a lot of space. What? You don't think I have what? The capacity, the audacity to tell you that? Is that what you're trying to say in the weirdest, nicest, most polite but awkward way possible? You're like a goddamn robot that filters all of your thoughts through like, I'm trying to be polite so I still get ass app. And then Ash is like, well, you know, I'm single right now. And Avery's like, stop. What? Hammer time. The gavel's coming down. You're single right now? Like right now? Do single men swim holding hands a lot? And she calls him out. She's like, every time I talk to him about anything, he gets defensive and flustered like he is right now. And it's like, yes. So what? Yes, he is a lying, manipulative, egotistical narcissist. Oh my God, it's so... Okay, on to Yolanda. I mean, this is like David, like Yolanda and someone pretending to have sent her text. Yolanda and Yolanda's bank account for being on this show, because that is the only reason why. So there's no way that she's this dumb. You can't have that many kids and be this dumb. I feel like she went on the show knowing that she had a catfish sitch, but like she wanted, you know, to show off her statement earrings and different eyeliners. So can you fucking believe this? We have to have another conversation with Kara. Kara's even over it. Kara's like, ugh. Caught him. Oh, honey, I'm like a lizard. I can catch a fly. Do you see that? Oh, I didn't catch it. Flying around. My ring light. This is my ring light. So anyway, God bless. Kara's like, oh, why am I here? And Yolanda's like, because we'll never see William. So anyway, I sent him pics. And she's like, what kind of pics? And Yolanda's like, pics. And then what she should say is like, vag pics. I busted open. I spreaded my lips. And then I like, vag pics. And one picture of me fingering my butthole. And then some crazy hacker got hacked into his account and like is threatening to like release those pictures. Wah. First of all, like, how do they hack everything? Their Instagram pics, like, did someone steal his phone and know his password? Like, someone got into his whole iCloud account? Is he at gunpoint and he's just giving all this information out? I don't know. She's like, I'm so scared because he also knows my physical address. And Kara's like, the what? Why? And he's like, because he once wanted to send flowers. And Kara's like, did you get those flowers, Mom? You get some flowers once? Would you get some carnations? Happen to miss the carnations that came for you, and I'm there all the time, you know I am. Yolanda just likes to hold on to the fact that she doesn't think this email is from Williams or whatever because the tone is different. Mostly there's no emojis. And the fact that this email came with no emojis means it can't possibly be Williams. Okay, and Darcy. So Darcy leaves that hotel, honey, the next morning, and she is dressed up to the nines, and she like wheels out her shit, and then she goes right from the hotel to go visit Stacy at some beautiful deck overlooking the bay of the water, the Atlantic Ocean of Connecticut. Stacy obviously already knows what happens because Darcy obviously called the night before. Stacy just like sees Darce and is like, hey Darce. And I will say this, scene's very interesting because they're such twins, they must get work done at the same time, and you can tell they haven't gone Botox in a minute because like their face are making facial expressions. A lot of like Stacy's like, and Darcy's like, you know, I'm just saying, and that's totally fine, but it's just interesting. I know they get work at the exact same time, mostly when they can get it for free because someone's giving them like promo work if they tag the doctor or make a YouTube video about it. Stacy's rocking an army jacket. They love that army look. Their style is so specific. It's so... And they both cry. But Darcy is eternally hopeful that she'll find the perfect relationship. Should we tell Darcy that, like, there's no such thing? Or, Darcy, is it that you've already found the perfect relationship with your twin sister? Maybe that's why she thinks that, like, she'll find a perfect relationship because, like, her only other relationship that she can, like, hold her head on is randomly this other person that was in the womb at the same time that they share everything together, including their sense of style and their cosmetic surgeries. There was no Ed and Rose, which I'm as sad about as you. That brings us to the end of the episode. Hopefully we'll find out who the fuck's behind door number 8 for David. And the big winner is I'm right. We will have one more confrontation with Darcy and Tom as Tom decides to go to Connecticut, just like David's doing, and like surprise ambush Darcy at her home. Yay. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me on this recap. I tried to do my best, and I really appreciate you. If you haven't yet, find my Vanity Farah Facebook group and join us. We're fun. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I am at Chris L. Farah. The L is for, God damn it. The L is for lockdown. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please like, comment, and share this video, like on your Reddits and your groups, honey. Anyone that likes a 90-day. Thank you. Take care of yourselves and each other. Stand up for what you believe and make heart.